Set for tip-off, but first things first, let's take a look at tonight's starting lineups, and nothing changes from Tuesday night for either squad. James Wade goes with Copper, Parker, Dolson, DeShields, and Vandersloot. And meanwhile, Walt Hopkins will go with Rebecca Allen, Michaela Onyenwere, Kylie Shook, Benijah Laney, and Sammy Whitcomb. And there is the aforementioned James Wade, now 40-31 in his career as the head coach and GM of the Sky in his third season. His squad is 8-7. They improved to 8-7 with their victory over the Liberty here on Tuesday night. And Walt Hopkins leads this Liberty squad. They are 7-7 on the season, looking to get over 500 once again. They came back from their West Coast trip 2-2 and 7-6, but they fell to the Sky on Tuesday, dropping them back to 500. And Ashley, let's bring you in here. Something that has to get better for the Liberty in this game has to be the three-point percentage. That's where they score over 41% of their points, and they shot 28% from deep on Tuesday.
Liberty struggled mightily at the three-point line, where they usually tend to have about 11 threes per game. Just like you said, Chris, a bunch of their scoring comes from there.
We shall see if that happens tonight as the players have some fun here as we get ready to tip things off on Pride Night at Barclays Center. Kylie Shook and Stephanie Dolson will do the honors. The officials are now ready.
And now, let's play ball.
And we're off at Barclays Center, and the tip controlled by Sammy Whitcomb.
I'm really interested to see if the Liberty comes off with a great start after having a slow start on Tuesday.
And there's Whitcomb for three, cannot knock it down, and Parker with the weak side board. So they did try to get off to that fast start, as Ashley mentioned, but Whitcomb, who's shooting it over 45% on the season from downtown, couldn't connect. Tends to shoot here for the Sky as Vandersloot kicks out to Parker. CP3 thought about the backdoor cutting Sloot, but takes it herself and hits the mid-range J.
Candace is so good at finding her teammates, but also finding and creating space for herself.
And she did that there as Kylie Shook with a nice look from Benijah Laney, but she can't finish. And the Sky come up quickly. This is the second and fourth fastest pace teams in the W. Good defensive play there by Rebecca Allen, getting the block on Vandersloot. Quick trigger for Whitcomb, no good, does not get the roll, and another board for Parker.
Still slow to come out, but good pace by the Liberty right now. Last game, they were a little sluggish in the beginning of the game.
Maybe didn't have their legs, as Coach Walt Hopkins said prior to Tuesday's game, as Vandersloot connects on the mid-range as well. But they did get back from LA late, and they were tired at shoot-around, and that showed during the game as well. Chicago Sky had some delays in their flight getting to New York for that game on Tuesday, and a turnover there for the Liberty as Whitcomb loses it out of bounds.
They did.
But you were saying like 13 hours, right?
13 hours to get here. They got in around 2 or 3 in the morning, and they looked pretty good coming in on Tuesday.
Maybe they had some of Michael's special stuff. Remember that?
Space Jam,
From
of
Space
course.
Jam.
Of course. I used to make that potion.
Did you really?
Just water, but in my head I thought it was Mike's secret stuff.
Well, they are from Chicago, so maybe they have like a fountain over there. Allen dribbled it off her foot, but Onyenwere on the case gets it to Benijah Laney, but the Liberty can't buy one here. They're 0 for 5 to start the game. Diamond DeShields.
Although they're 0 for 5, they have really great pace to start this game, and also they're limiting Chicago to one shot.
Oh, nice look from Whitcomb into Shook, and she leaves it up and in with the left, and the Liberty are on the board. Nice motion there by the Liberty.
Absolutely. Great screen and roll to the basket. Shook she knows when to dive, and she's always open.
Oh, over the head feed from Candace Parker, but Copper can't handle it.
Whitcomb driving in, patience again, drawing Dolson, which opens and creates the lane for Shook to finish with her left hand.
And that was the patience you were talking about with Sabrina in the open, waiting for the teammate to get open. Whitcomb did it there. She just can't get her three-point shot clicking.
And her shot is right there. They're just short. She needs to get a little bit more on it. If they were right or left, we would have an issue, but it is dead on.
And a travel there on the Olympians. Stephanie Dolson will be representing the United States in the 3-on-3 basketball.
You know who else she's representing?
Kelsey Plum.
U-C-O-N-N, UConn, UConn, UConn.
I didn't know we were cheering up here tonight.
Hey, I got a rep for my girls.
There you go. Whitcomb tries again, goes in and out, and Parker with another rebound. She's a machine in the paint. She's got 4 already. We haven't even played 4 minutes.
Which makes Candace and the Sky so dangerous is she could take the ball right off the rim and bring it and start the break.
Liberty starting 1 for 7 from the field, 0 for 4 from 3, and they're all from Whitcomb. Very uncharacteristic of Sammy. As I said, shooting over 45%. As you see, 7-0 this season when Candace Parker is in the lineup, 1-7 in all other games. And we were talking about this before, Ashley. You really can't stop Candace Parker, but you have to contain her. How do you guard her tonight if you're the Liberty?
You want to be physical with Candace. You can't let her have her way, dribbling the ball coast to coast to get to the free throw line. And if you're going to take shots from the outside, you have to contest her shot.
Shook with the high screen. Roll wasn't there. Onyenwede tries baseline. Reverse layup, no good. Good defense there by Dolson. Nice backdoor cut by Courtney Vandersloot, and look who had the vision. CP3.
CP3 at it again. She makes it so difficult for post players because she's technically a guard.
And there's the first 3 for the New York Liberty and Sammy Whitcomb. They're 1 of 5, and Whitcomb has taken all 5 shots. But that's a good sign that one fell.
Definitely a great sign. And again, they were all great shots that she took. They were just short.
4 to shoot here for DeShields as she steps around. Good help there by Kylie Shook coming down, but the ball goes off of Benijah Laney, and it'll stay with the Sky.
Whitcomb with the 3 right here. She got a little bit more legs into it. I think she wanted a foul right there, or just maybe she was just happy that it went in.
I was going to ask you that, actually, if it did look like she had more legs in that shot, and you beat me to the punch.
That's because I'm walking around in your head over there.
Living rent-free. ABC.
Hey.
Oh, there it is from the corner. Onyenwede from way downtown. She connects, and we're tied at 8. Good defense turning into offense for New York, and that's when we've seen them be successful. Kalia Copper, mid-range jumper is good.
That was really tough D. Laney recovered really well on that play. But better O is good D anytime.
Onyenwede off there, and Vandersloot with the rebound. She stops for a mid-range, no good, in and out, can't get the roll in. And Ionescu pushes the pace to Onyenwede. She goes right at Candace Parker, lays it up, doesn't get it to go though.
She's had 2 really great drives to the basket, and now she just has to finish at the rim.
Parker with the push shot, doesn't go, rebound to Allen. Parker maybe thought she was fouled there.
No, she wasn't fouled. That was good, no call.
Kylie Shook. No good from downtown, but she needs to take those shots. Well, Hopkins encourages her to shoot from downtown as Copper misses the shot there. Anytime you could bring a big out, if you're Kylie Shook, it's going to be good news for the Liberty. But right now, it's bad news as they are 2 for 8 from distance. field. So another tough shooting night at the outset here for New York. Parker steps out, takes the three, no good. Good closeout there by Onyenwere. Ball will stay with the Liberty here as we step aside and take a break. As we go to break, let's take a look at the pass and the three. Well, it's ABC in the booth, but we got KD as well, so it's just alphabet soup here at Barclays Center.
Easy money sniper is in the building. I don't know how we feel about that Sox hat, though, but it's okay.
Great to see KD, Liberty Governor Joe Tsai. Ball kicked out to Nay Odom for three. She can't connect, and Vandersloot with another board.
I love seeing NBA players coming out to support WNBA players because at the end of the day, we're all family.
Absolutely, 100%. We saw Rondé Hollis Jefferson when we were in Westchester County. We saw Karis LeVert at Westchester County. We also saw Donovan Mitchell as Vandersloot lays that up and in. Lots of support.
Steve Nash was here on Tuesday.
Yes, Steve Nash was here on Tuesday. Lots of support. We saw Mike D'Antoni in the opening night game here for the Liberty. Good D there. That was Ruthie Hebert getting into the passing lane. Chicago shooting 40% from the field, 2 of 2 at the free throw line. Liberty haven't gotten to the charity stripe yet. They're 3 for 16 from the field, 2 of 10 from distance. Nice look from Ionescu into Shook.
The patience on that play of Ionescu drawing 2 players and creating availability in a space for her teammates to score easily at will at the rim.
Coming up on the 2-minute mark here with 10 to shoot for Chicago. They have a 4-point lead as Quigley steps back, misses the three, and Shook with the long rebound. Seen better defense from the Liberty here tonight, Ashley.
Absolutely. They are passing the ball.
Oh, my goodness. Benijah Laney, and then Jazz Jones gets called for the foul, but good defense by Jazz there. But what a look from Laney to Nay Odom. And this is
Sabrina with Embiid with the last 2 buckets. Just patience. No look coming in. Oh, that was just nice.
Unbelievable passing so far. Motion by the Liberty on the offensive side of the ball, and intensity on defense as Copper. That's a tough shot.
She likes the mid-range game.
She does. See, I thought it was dead, and you yelled at me last game.
It is not dead. It is not dead. It's here.
Sabrina tries mid-range. No good. Shook with the rebound. Puts it up quickly. No good. A little out of control there for Shook. As Copper ahead of the field. See, now at Leonardine Park, we used to call that cherry picking.
We called that a cherry picking in Pittsburgh, too.
Timeout on the floor as the Sky have an 18-12 lead here with 1:11 to play in the first quarter, but it's probably cherry picking at any park where anybody grew up.
I remember we had one, I was playing somewhere, and you had to go past half court. It may have been college, where you had to go past half court or it didn't count.
That's a good rule, and I think that's the way it should be. Sunday on Yes. NYCFC is back on Yes as City Summer of Soccer continues at home against DC United. Coverage starts at 5:30 on Yes and streaming on the Yes app. But yeah, you have to make up rules like that. And, you know, sometimes you would get like the next game taken away from you if you did that too much. I mean, we had to make some rules like you got to play D.
Right.
You can't be just...
You can't just sit there like, hey, I'm open. That's because you're at half court.
Now look, this is a better first quarter for the New York Liberty, and we're going to take a look now at some of the assists, the passing, as we see Ionescu. And you've made the point relentlessly, the patience, and we're seeing that all throughout this first quarter here.
We definitely are, and it's really great to see. This is what the Liberty basketball is all about. They're a top passing team within the league, And this is something that we thought that we were going to see more of on Tuesday. And today they had a really great shoot-around. There was a lot of energy. And coming out in the first quarter, you can see it's a great translation from shoot-around into the game.
Both of these teams are 3-4 in assists per game. So both teams like to dish it. That time, a turnover.
On that last play by Sammy, as she rolls to the basket, now you have to see that they're going to collapse because they've gotten that play a couple times. And the corner person, at that time it was Rebecca Allen, who's going to be wide open for a three.
Well, we'll have to look for that later in the game as a foul is called there on Allie Quigley. Tenacious defense being played on Sabrina Ionescu, but she is called for the personal there. There's the aforementioned Allen. See if they can get her cooking as well. Allen takes it right to the goal, lays it up and in with the left blue right by Allie Quigley.
I like to see Rebecca Allen do that more. Gets the basket, maybe get some fouls, and get some easy shots at the free throw line.
Allen's averaging just over 9 points per game this year as Ruthie Hebert get called for the travel there as we take another look here at Rebecca.
This is a great play. Stop, go, drive, straight line to the basket for an easy deuce.
Allen, 14 games now, 6 starts. She made 8 starts in her first 5 years for the Liberty. She was made 6 this season. Of course, that coincided with the injury to Sabrina Ionescu as she's trying to get that ankle 100%. May Odom cannot beat the clock, and at the end of one, it's 18-14 in favor of the Chicago Sky. Striking distance for the New York Liberty when we start the second. The Yes app is your official home for streaming your favorite teams on Yes. From multiple streams to game highlights and even replaying big moments, you won't miss a single play wherever you go. Just take out your phone, scan the QR code on the screen. The Yes app is the only place to stream the Liberty on Yes, so download it today. Second quarter action here, just 14 first quarter points for the Liberty. Ties the season low, and that was set in Tuesday night's game against the Sky. Quigley baseline J, no good. And Rebecca Allen fights for the rebound away from Azare Stevens. May Odom picks up the dribble and ball turned over. But then she hustles to get into the passing lane there, and Rebecca Allen turns it over again. She thought she had help.
Just a little rushed right there. A little anxiety on that play. Happy feet.
So 3 turnovers, 4 turnovers now for the Liberty. And 4 turnovers for the Sky. The Sky are 11th in the league in that category, giving up 16.1 per game. The Liberty are 12th, 17.3. In and out for Quigley, and then a foul. It'll stay here.
On offense, the Sky does a lot of damage on the offensive rebounds. It's imperative for Liberty to box out and limit them to 1 rebound, which they've been doing a really good job thus far.
Hebert had position. Stokes did not, and she is charged for her first personal. Nice move by Diamond to Shields on the baseline. She lays it up and in, and it looks like she went down hard on her hip, but she's up under her own power. And she'll shake it off, but what a move by Diamond to Shields.
That's going to hurt tomorrow.
Probably hurts right now.
It probably hurts.
It hurt me up here.
I mean, I gasped. I have hip problems. I had hip surgery about 1.5 years ago. I had my labrum torn in 2 places in my hip.
My goodness.
So whenever I see somebody fall like that, I just feel their pain.
Well, I'm just old, and I have hip pain, so. Oh, nice look inside from Whitcomb to
I guess
Allen.
he's okay.
Yeah. I guess everything's all right.
Everything's all right.
Chicago foul charge number 1. Diamond
She was playing possum.
Here's Sammy with a nice pass in, and Diamond seems to be okay after that fall.
The Shields maybe thought she had all ball there, but Rebecca Allen at the line shooting a pair. She hits the first. The Shield's dad, Delino, had a 13-year career in Major League Baseball.
Her brother plays too.
Yeah.
Just a family full of athletes.
Absolutely. Lexi Brown running the point. She gets the motion going for Chicago. Quigley, quick trigger. We were talking about that on Tuesday night. They talk pop times when you're a catcher in baseball, when you're going to throw somebody out stealing. Same kind of thing with Allie Quigley.
She has such a quick trigger that you can't go under screens on her. You have to walk in at the hit and follow her around those screens. And Sabrina needs to stay a little bit closer to her when she's guarding her because she can shoot the ball really fast. And
Ruthie Hebert gets the roll, and all of a sudden that 4-point lead at the end of the first quarter is 11 points as Allen goes baseline, bodies up, and a block called a little late there on Diamond DeShield. She can't believe it.
But this is something you want to see more of Rebecca Allen, getting to the line, driving in, and taking advantage of her quickness.
That is DeShield's second foul. And the team's second here in the second quarter. Benai back in the game as Allen cut the lead back down to 10. But that's how explosive this Sky team is. You blink your eyes and the lead is up to double digits.
It happened so fast. It really happened really quickly.
James Wade has talent for days on the court and on the bench. Now Diamond DeShield dials it up and knocks it down. Wow.
They have a couple players on their team, and Diamond is one of them that plays on both sides of the ball, who's really, really aggressive and can do it all.
This is what you were talking about on Tuesday night, too, when the Liberty started to get into the lead that the Sky had. They started getting to the foul line, stopping the clock, and hitting their foul shots, and they were chipping away at the lead. And they're doing it earlier here in this game. It wasn't until the third quarter on Tuesday.
Right. On Tuesday, it was almost a little bit too late, but now there's still a lot of time left in the second quarter, and we still have the second half where if they can cut it to 5 going into the half, they're in a really good position.
Get it down to single digits, absolutely, as Onion Wade is good on a pair. The rookie out of UCLA, the 6th overall pick, averaged just over 19 points in her senior season at UCLA, helping the Bruins to a Sweet 16 appearance.
I'm really shocked that Allie Quigley didn't shoot that because Sammy Wickham went underneath on the screen and she was open for a 3. But they got a layup anyways.
Azurá Stevens with the layup there and the lead up to 12.
Guess what she went? Oh, hey, you could. This might be a running theme, guys.
And maybe we could just tape it, and the truck could play it when a UConn player scores a basket.
That's what I'm talking about.
Wickham at the line now for the Liberty. She could get it back down to a 10-point game.
She replaces Lexi Brown.
Courtney Vandersloot back into the game for Chicago. As Wickham hits on a pair. 10 games she's hit multiple three-pointers, has Wickham. She has 1 tonight, 1 for 5. Liberty 2 for 11 from downtown, shooting just 26% from the field. This Quigley,
I saw that happen.
There.
I saw that about to happen. In my head, I'm thinking to myself, she's too far. She's too much distance. You have to stay up on Allie Quigley because you know a screen is coming, and you can't cut through the screen. You have to chase her around the screen. Any daylight, she's going to shoot it.
And the Sky quickly over the limit here. Their 5th team foul as Vandersloot picks up a personal. They've got 6:31 left here in the second. And the Liberty will be shooting free throws the rest of the way here.
Got to take advantage of this opportunity.
Benijah Laney, as we mentioned in the open, she misses both free throws there. In the MVP conversation, as DeShields goes the length of the court, doesn't get it to go, but good work there by Stevens, getting another opportunity and coming up empty on the possession. James Wade wanted a foul. Nice board by Laney, and she lays it up and in. Hard work there. She earned those 2 points. Quigley hit the deck.
That's one way of stopping her.
Getting a little chippy here between these two teams is Ruthie Hebert with the turnaround jumper there. How beneficial is it for Hebert to have Candace Parker on this team?
Oh, that's such a great advantage for her in the development of her game. You can learn from Candace every day in practice, but not only that, you can ask her questions.
Oh, a little push there.
It is getting chippy.
Between Onyenwere, the rookie, and the sophomore out of Oregon, Ruthie Hebert. We're going to step aside. When we come back, we'll see if the Liberty can continue to chip away at this lead. Second quarter with the Sky leading the Liberty by 12 here at Barclays Center. And how about this? Katrina and Michelle Poulos got married in the Liberty locker room back in 2016. They were asked what their favorite Liberty memory as a couple was. They said, we aren't sure anything could top our wedding. The organization got us jerseys with our names on them and the wedding date and hung them in the locker room with all the players' jerseys. So special. And they are celebrating their 5th anniversary tonight.
That's pretty cool.
Extremely cool.
Look at the Liberty bringing love together.
Yes. 7th annual Pride Night here at Barclays Center. Liberty do such a tremendous job with their social justice initiatives and bringing pride to the forefront. WNBA, the trailblazing league that has done it as Laney hits the shot, and the Liberty do such a good job as an organization bringing it to the forefront as well.
Absolutely. I mean, it's just been phenomenal having played here and being a part of the celebration. Being a couple years ago, I was actually at the Pride Parade on the NBA float. So it's just a really great time to be a part and to celebrate.
The Sky are doing what they did on Tuesday night. They're not missing. As the Liberty now 8 for 27 from the field as Candace Parker picked up the block there. Rebecca Allen trying to stop her progression into the paint, but Parker in her bag with the moves. Pretty sure she knows KD is watching. Liberty need a bucket here in the worst way as Wickham goes into the lane, can't get it to go. Shook out to Laney for 3, no good. Onyenwere with the rebound, and it'll stay here.
Candace, not only offensive player, but she can do it all on defense too, with the block right here and a smaller person with Allen on her, stepping through, finishing with the right hand. She wanted to flex right there, talking about too little.
6 points, 8 boards for Candace Parker. So she is very close to her 3rd triple-double already with 4:02 left here in the second. Nice look. Return feed inside to Wickham, but Parker was there.
She didn't want to shoot it.
Allen tried the long 3, no good. Liberty trailing by 15 with just under 4 minutes to play here until halftime. Copper keeps her pivot foot, gets it back to Vandersloot for a reset.
Even though Candace was right there. Oh, nice play.
Nice look inside, great motion, great movement without the ball by Copper, lays it up and in.
That was a really nice play. Even though Sammy didn't want to shoot it with Candace behind her, that was a really good opportunity for her to use the rim to score on the other side.
Stephanie Dolson working on Kylie Shook, gets the shot to fall. And it's a 44-27 lead for Chicago. Pass tip there, and it's intercepted by Parker. She'll lead the break, 3-on-1. Gives it up to Copper. Nice no-look feed from Parker. And the lead is ballooned up to 19. Your seeing why this Chicago Sky team was looked at as a championship contender before this season began.
They're tough.
You are getting a clinic by James Wade's squad right now as Wickham comes up with air on that three-point attempt, and the Liberty are now 2 of 15 from downtown. Check it out again. Parker, no look. Copper up and in.
Ben got drafted in the first round was a big surprise, but you know, I knew all my life, like, this is what I've worked hard for. This is what I wanted to do with my life. I wanted to be a professional basketball player. So just knowing, like, yeah, I deserve to be here. Everywhere I go, I'm always trying to be myself. I'm never going to try to be somebody I'm not. And I'm always bring personality to wherever I am to light up a room. Even if the room is already lit, the room is gonna be double lit if I'm there. So I just try to be myself no matter what. They're gonna love or hate me being Jasmine Jones, because I'm never gonna change for nobody.
See, I need my life to be double lit.
Double lit.
Double lit. And we're gonna hear more from Jazz Jones in our halftime first segment. We'll take a closer look at the second-year player out of Louisville.
That was a double foul right there, but not in the sense of both players got a foul. They could have called 2 different fouls.
Sky on an 11-2 run here in the second, and they have outscored New York 28-13 in the second quarter. Make that 30-13 as DeShields having her way right now with the New York Liberty. She leads all scorers with 11.
And that's one thing that's really great about Chicago Sky is any given night, it could be anybody. On Tuesday, it was Candace, and tonight it's Diamond.
And great swarming defense there by DeShields, Dolson, and Vandersloot. And a kick ball will keep it with Chicago.
Candace is such a great passer. Nice back screen. Easy bucket for Diamond.
Led her perfectly on that pass. DeShields
on cue
for a 3, no good. So the Liberty get a stop. They need a bucket to cut into this 21-point lead. This was a 4-point deficit for New York after 1.
That's the play. That's the play that's going to be open. They've gotten a roll from Shook several times. Now the person who's on the wing is going to get a wide open 3.
And Candace Parker has a wide open 3, and she doesn't miss. The lead is 24. Sky 4 of 8 from downtown. The Liberty struggling once again, 2 for 16. Remember, they were 6 for 28 on Tuesday night as Laney bounces that one off of her foot. And as Vandersloot and Jazz Jones go for the ball, she hits the deck. Great sportsmanship there from Jones to pick her up.
Laney was a little rushed. I know she knows that the team is down and she's trying to get them back. And sometimes when you do things like that, it causes turnovers.
Jazz trying to make that interception, trying to be double lit for her team right now because they need it. Lit squared.
Lit squared.
Liberty need to be lit cubed right now. They are down 53-27. Coming up on the minute mark here of the first half, and an offensive foul called on Rebecca Allen. Official saying she was using the elbow there as Walt Hopkins is just searching for answers there on the bench. 18-2 run for the Sky here. Ten seconds to shoot. Dolson kicks it out to DeShields. Great handles. Over to Vandersloot. Back inside to Dolson. Repost. Lefty doesn't go.
That's great offense, though. Even though she didn't make the basket, it's great offense.
You could definitely see James Wade has this Chicago Sky team, a well-oiled machine. And it's not just on the offensive side. It's on the defensive side of the floor, too. If somebody from the Liberty gets the ball in the post, Ashley, they're all over them.
It's like a string. You know, you move as a string defensively. So if one person moves, it's pulling the string to pull you along.
Yeah. Laney, turnaround jumper, can't get it to fall. And the rebound to Copper. And the Sky could hold for one here. There's a 1 second differential between the shot clock and game clock. And Vandersloot goes with 10 seconds. Oh, nice look inside to Dolson, and she rolls it in. Perfect pick and roll there from Sloot. And Stephanie Dolson, as Shook's three goes around and out as we hit the half here. 55-27 in favor of the Sky, a 28-point advantage. So it was a 4-point advantage after one. It's 28 here as we hit the half. Jazz Jones is our feature at halftime, and that's next on Yes, a 20-2 run to close for Chicago. New York Liberty basketball on Yes is brought to you by FanDuel Sportsbook. More ways to win. Take a look at the leading scores here for tonight's contest. Two Sky players are in double digits. Diamond DeShields and Kalia Copper. DeShields scored all 11 of her points in the second quarter. She was on fire. Benijah Laney has 6 to lead the Liberty, and it's a triumvirate of Liberty players. Rebecca Allen, Sammy Wickham, Michaela Onyenwede with 5 each. Now, our truck gave you, they kind of eased you in.
Oh boy.
With trivia. We didn't do it your first game, but we're going to do it tonight. Ashley Battle was drafted 25th overall by the Storm in 2005. Who was drafted first overall that year in your draft? Do you remember? You don't have to answer now. You can think about it.
I don't even remember.
You can get into your bag, as I tell everybody out there who's watching. If you use the hashtag Liberty on Yes Trivia, you can give your guess, and if you have the correct answer or even attempt a guess, we will give you a shout out here on Yes. Now, we were talking when we went to break after the halftime analysis there, Ashley, and I asked you what the Liberty need to do here in the second half. They're down by 28. They definitely need to throw an overhand right of sorts and have the type of second quarter that the Sky had, but what specifically do they have to do?
They have to play defense, first of all, and limit the Sky from scoring. Also, picking up the pace offensively, getting to the line, stopping the clock, so you have time to get back into the game. And if they can make a couple of threes, they'll be back in the game in no time. But it's been a struggle for the Liberty beyond the arc.
When New York started the season 5-1 and they lost their first game to the Washington Mystics, Walt Hopkins said, you know what? I'm glad that happened. I'm glad Washington, and I'm paraphrasing, but took us to the woodshed because we needed that. We needed to see how we come back from adversity. And through a season, you're going to deal with those games like this, like Tuesday. How do you bounce back from that, especially within the game?
You have to have a short memory. You can't get too high with the highs, and you can't get too low with the lows. And you just got to stay steady. And the Liberty typically does a really good job at that. And Walt talked a little bit about that in the pregame media, where he said this team does a really great job of bouncing back. Today, they're still struggling a little bit. Hopefully, got a turnover right off the bat going into the second half. So let's see what they can do.
What about Benijah Laney, too? I mean, there's a lot of pressure on her, obviously, especially when she's on the floor without Sabrina Ionescu. Teams are game planning for her now. What does she have to do to maybe improve her game here in the second half?
She's been forcing it some because teams are game planning for her. It's not coming as easy as it was earlier in the season. But this is how you can do that. Get into the post.
There you go.
Get into the post, make shots, and easy, just take it easy. I mean, you see Chicago Sky, when they want a bucket, they'll do a high pick and roll, dive down, and either the post is going to get it or the person who's circling back up is going to get it for a jump shot.
Courtney Vandersloot into double digits with that jumper. She has 10 now as Onyenwede cannot connect from downtown. Liberty now 2 for 18 from deep.
But the Liberty can't rely on the three. Just because it's not falling and I know that's your bread and butter, you can't rely on it. Because you had 2 games in a row where it just hasn't been falling. What else are you going to do? And I think I know the trivia.
I hope so. As Sammy Whitcomb
I mean, that's a long
gets
time
on
ago.
the board.
2005 was
Wasn't
long.
too long ago.
I mean, brain capacity over
Don't make
here.
me feel that old. Foul on the Liberty. On Sammy Whitcomb, as Dee Dee Richards and Jasmine Jones will enter the game here for Walt Hopkins. Sammy Whitcomb and Rebecca Allen will take a seat.
Yeah, they're definitely coming in the game looking for a spark, a little intensity to shake things up.
Well, Walt always says when he checks Dee Dee into the game, he will look at Dee Dee Richards and say, Dee Dee, make something happen.
I used to be that type of player as well, where whenever I come into the game and Dee Dee does this so well, the energy just changes and it shifts. And just right on cue.
There you go.
Right on cue, Dee Dee in the mix of things getting a steal.
And you're 2 for 2 on your calls, Benijah and then Dee Dee.
Hey. I know a little bit about this game.
On fire. And again, Laney in the lane. She has 4.
That's where she's at her best. Attacking, downhill, mid-range jump shots, and finishing at the rim.
Shooting practice for Dolson, but she misses it there. It's just about stops and buckets as Richards gets into the lane, kicks out to Shook for a corner 3. But no good, an offensive foul called on Michaela Onyenwede.
Naja Laney being aggressive, driving on Dolson. She knows she's bigger, may not have that step, but fades away, spins with the footwork again. That's her move right there, and I like it.
You can't talk enough about her footwork and how she's evolved as a player, and you have to remember, too, as a foul is called underneath here.
Who'd they call that?
I don't know. Benijah hit the deck.
She looks like she was... I'm not quite sure what happened there.
He put up a 1 for Diamond DeShields. There is no number 1 on the Liberty. So a little confusion. Okay, it's Liberty ball. Fouls on Diamond DeShields.
Because Laney looked like she took the brunt of that hit.
Yes, exactly.
And let's see what happened there. Diamond pushes her. Oh, yeah. That should have been an easy call. I mean, he had the number 1 up. Easy call to make.
Well, number 1 for the Liberty is Rashonda Gray. She's no longer with the club, so
And then there's that.
it would have to be on DeShields.
Oh, man. Gave it right back.
Another offensive foul, this time on Kylie Shook.
I mean, they're going to get a penalty really soon. And it almost looks like if you don't have the screen there, just let her go. Just let her go.
Looks like she got there a little
She got
bit
her a
late.
little too late.
Nice little bounce pass there from Vandersloot to Dolson.
Those moving screens are turnovers the Liberty can't afford to make.
Nice action there from Dee Dee Richards to Michaela Onyenwede. The rookie connection. Baylor and UCLA coming together.
They had some good battles back in the day. Another Liberty alum, Lisa Willis, went to UCLA.
Another nice job by DJ Rhea getting Tony Basil's "Oh Mickey, You're So Fine" in there. You can't mess with me with the 80s, Ashley.
Here you go. This is a good one, too.
Laney, mid-range, doesn't get the roll. Shook there for the rebound. Her 9th rebound of the game. Second chance points there. Shook has 6 points and 9 boards. We talked about this on Tuesday night. The Seafoam does not give up, no matter what the score is, and they are hustling all over the floor on defense. And Dee Dee Richards with another great play, a travel on Kalia Copper. And the Liberty are getting it done here early on in the 3rd.
Kylie Shook boxing out Candace. boxing out three players, getting the rebound for an easy putback.
She should have got an assist. She knocked that to herself. That should have been an assist, a rebound, and a bucket.
I like it. They should. You're on Stan Van Gundy rules today. Jeff Van Gundy.
Gets it down and goes for the line. With a chance for the three-point play the old-fashioned way.
Chicago foul charge number 22.
Drive in, spin. She let her go, but it's still an and one.
She almost gave 5 to Stephanie Dolson.
Right? Sometimes you just don't know. Slap hands. Slap hands. My bad. Jeff, you're doing your Jeff Van Gundy impersonation. Ball head and all.
It's not a bad impersonation to do. I'm just not going to hang on Alonzo's leg.
I was just thinking that. I was just thinking that. Don't do that impersonation of Van Gundy.
11-2 run here for the Liberty as they are getting themselves back into this game. Still a 21-point deficit. They did trail by 28 at one point as Dolson gets blocked by Shook. Great defense there by Kylie Shook. Richards gives up the dribble.
Mouse in the hole. You got Quigley on Shook. Oh, man, they found her, but she couldn't hang on to it.
I love that. Mouse in the hole.
Mouse in the hole.
See, that's what you got to bring. I got to learn all the terminology that I would get on the sideline. This is great stuff.
I think she wanted to tip it in, but realized she was underneath the basket, and she could have just caught it and brought it down there. I don't think Allie Quigley was going to block her.
Another stop here for the Liberty, getting it done on the defensive side. So far here in the third quarter, as Jazz Jones tries coast to coast, ball knocked out. Laney with the reset, kicks out to Onyenwede. Good movement for the Liberty. Richards out of control, and she's fouled by Quigley. We're going to step aside here with the Liberty slowly but surely chipping away at this huge Chicago lead. Back with more third quarter action next. Tomorrow night on Yes, baseball's biggest rivalry is back as Aaron Judge and the Yankees head to Boston to battle the Red Sox in the first game of their weekend series at Fenway Park. Coverage starts tomorrow at 6 on Yes and streaming, of course, on the Yes app. Didi Richards at the line here for the Liberty. And she's good on 1 of 2. And the lead is down to 20.
Full court press. Oh, they backed off.
That's Jazz Jones. That's the juice in Jazz Jones right there that she brings every night to this New York Liberty team.
Oh.
And that's going to be a side out after the personal on Jazz Jones. She didn't like it too much. Her third, the team's third.
Jazz Jones trying to guard Stephanie Dolson, and could have been a flop there.
To shoot for the Sky as Parker is trying to give and go with Quigley. The give was there. The go went out of bounds.
That's the same play that Parker got Diamond the Shield on in the first half for an easy layup.
Onyenwede helping Laney out, 8 to shoot. Back to the rookie. Jump step in the lane, no good.
Traveling violation, Chicago ball.
On a jump stop, you have to land with 2 feet. Some people may think it's a Euro step, but it's not. That's a travel. She went 1-2, hibbity hoppity.
Bibbity bobbity boo. It's a travel. And Vandersloot knocks down the 3. She has 13 to go along with 5 assists. Vandersloot has been a double-double machine as Onyenwede, the matador defense by Chicago on that possession, and Onyenwede takes advantage.
Ole.
Thanks for playing.
I got you.
defensive intensity is ratcheted up here for the Liberty as Quigley misfires on the three.
Someone's open.
Double team, and Laney tried to pass out of it. Good hands there by Vandersloot, and she controls. Even better hands by Onyenwede, who denies Parker to Dee Richards, who is flying down the floor, lays it up and in. And that was textbook defense by the rookie down here. See your woman, see the ball.
Absolutely. I don't even know if she saw the ball, but she just had her hand up, and they hit her right in her pulse.
Another stop here for New York.
Dee looks like she's limping a little bit, coming back down the court.
As May Odom gets set to check in. Nice look inside from Laney, and a foul will be called on Kalia Copper. As Onyenwede slow to get up here.
These fouls are brutal. All of them look like they hurt so badly. Actually, they look worse than what they actually are. My mom used to tell me all the time, she used to think that I will fall all the time. She jumped on her back. That's an easy call to make.
A little extra elbow added too at the end. Right there,
right
to the middle of the back. Sabrina back. Gives it up to Kylie Shook. Thought about it. Now inside to Odom, but the pass just off of her fingertips there. Did a foul in your career, college or pro, did it ever hurt?
I've had a couple that stung a little bit. One time at the Garden, I fell. And I just remember laying on the ground and my teammates trying to pick me up.
I need a second.
And I said, did it go in?
That one did.
And it did. It was actually an and one.
Kalia Copper gets the lead back over 20. It's a 21-point deficit here for New York. Ionescu in the corner. Dribble drive past Copper, and she'll be heading to the free throw line. Ionescu still not in the point column yet tonight, but she does have 2 rebounds and 3 assists.
That is her third, team's first.
Sabrina played 27 minutes on Tuesday night, just 10 minutes so far here tonight.
Walt talked about she may not play as many minutes tonight, given her injury and her recovery. And it's going to be a how she feel type of thing. So maybe she's not as healthy as we all think she is.
Libs fam, WNBA All-Star voting is open. Vote daily for Sabrina Ionescu and Benijah Laney to have them represent your Liberty in Las Vegas. Visit WNBA.com/vote today. Voting ends June 27th.
Going to get your votes in, y'all.
Might be
nice pass.
Inside. And Ruthie Hebert converts.
The assist leader, showing you why she's the assist leader.
And both of these teams, we saw the Liberty in the first quarter, especially with great movement and passing. Both these teams we mentioned 3 and 4 in the W with assists per game. Shook tries to displace with the elbow, and she'll be headed to the offensive foul. I beg your pardon. And that's a good call. I thought she was heading to the line, but she did throw that elbow.
Right
Well,
there.
Hopkins not happy either.
When she drives in, she gathers herself and tries to create some space right there. Displaces Z for the offensive foul.
I think what Walt was trying to say was it's happening on this end all game too, as Quigley hits one from downtown.
She's not going to miss many.
And great story about Quigley is she was flipping through an old family album. Her dad passed away when she was 7, so she doesn't have any memories, vivid memories of her father, but she saw him in that photo album and saw his jump shot stance and it hit her. She said at that moment, it's like, oh my God, I have my dad's jump shot. So she says she lives every time she shoots the ball. She lives through her father's memory. She makes new memories of her dad with every jump shot she takes, and I just think that's such a cool.
That's a beautiful story. Hey, I know that feeling, not having a shoe on in the game. I'm glad she was able to put it on though.
Those are some impressive kicks from Jazz Jones right there as well.
Nice and bright.
As the kids say, and by all means, I am not a kid, fire. Or double lit.
Or lit.
Those sneakers are lit for sure. Kickball there from Azare Stevens as Sabrina Ionescu tried to get a bounce pass into Kylie Shook, but the bounce pass goes off Stevens' knee. Kalia Copper has a seat, and Diamond Shields back in the game. Lexi Brown, Allie Quigley, Ruthie Hebert, Azare Stevens, and DeShields with a 5 on the floor for James Wade. Liberty with Laney, Shook, Odom, Jazz Jones, and Sabrina Ionescu. That is a long 2 for Laney. And Laney has 12 points. Liberty ball hit the baseline on the shot. Shot clock and the game clock ticking in unison here as the third quarter is coming to a close. Liberty trailing by 24 points. Chicago won Tuesday's game by 20. High screen by Shook, 5 seconds to go. Nice crossover move by Jazz Jones, gets it to go, and the foul. Quigley with the harm, Jones with the hoop.
That was great. Driving in, snatching the ball over. As you can see, driving in, snatching the ball over, getting Quigley off balance for and one.
And Jones converts. 2 seconds left here as the Liberty pick up full court. Azare Stevens heave at the buzzer, no good. And at the end of 3, the Liberty have a lot of room to make up, down 21 to the Sky. 73-52, the Liberty trail here on the 7th annual Pride game tonight. The halftime performance that we witnessed here at Barclays Center was performed by HBO Max's legendary winner, House of Mugler. Seeing video of that right now. And on Wednesday, June 23rd, the team hosted the hashtag Own Your Pride panel discussion about the WNBA's evolution and pioneering leadership and support of the LGBTQ+ community. And we also had a proposal here at Barclays Center. So the Liberty just continue to do a tremendous job, again, with the social justice initiatives and, of course, their 7th annual Pride Night.
You know, what did Jay-Z say? Spread love, it's the Brooklyn way.
There you go.
Or was that Biggie?
That was Biggie.
That was Biggie.
Spread love, it's the Brooklyn way. And the Liberty, sure as heck, continue to do that. As well as the league itself, the WNBA also does a tremendous job across all boards. The social justice initiatives and Pride Night. It's Pride Month, of course. And tonight, the Liberty celebrating. As we head back to action here in the 4th quarter as DeShields picks up right where she left off. That's 14 points for her. She was held scoreless in the 3rd quarter, but starts the 4th quarter with a 3. And nice hands there as she gets it out, but that'll go back to the New York Liberty.
She's so long and leaky. To get her hands in places and swipe the ball away.
Extremely, extremely athletic. The 3rd overall pick from 2018. The first 2 weren't too shabby either. Asia Wilson, Kelsey Mitchell. She made the all-rookie team in 2018 and led the Sky in scoring in 2019.
Can I answer the trivia question, though?
That is up to our producer, Josh Isaac.
Oh, wait, are we coming back to that?
Yeah, we are.
Okay.
Don't rush the bit, Ashley.
I'm so excited. It's my first trivia. I'm so excited, and I actually know the answer. This is probably the only one I'm going to get.
And I stole that from Jack Kestenbaum. Don't rush the bit.
Don't rush the bit.
He always tells me that.
Josh, I'm sorry.
Is it going to come down? That was like Plinko on Price is Right.
I always wanted to be on The Price is Right. In Supermarket Sweep.
I always wanted to run down, too.
Come on down.
Yeah. I always wanted to hear Rod Roddy say my name. Christian, come on down. And then, of course, I'd probably lose the car. Sammy Whitcomb lays it up and in. Whitcomb now, 9 points, 3 of 9 from the field, just 1 of 6 from downtown. But the Liberty, 2 of 18 as a team. And remember, they were 6 of 28 back on Tuesday night. And as you mentioned, Ashley, that is their bread and butter. But if it's not falling, you do have to
gotta adjust.
Adjust, sidestep, try something else, see if that works.
Or not.
And Sammy Whitcomb tells us both to shut up as she immediately hits a 3 and the lead back down to 19. Both of these teams we mentioned in the first half, problems with turnovers all season as Quigley lost 2 Liberty defenders, but misses both shots. And Diamond DeShields steps on the end line.
Sammy's coming off the stroke screen, steps back, in rhythm, balance, nothing but net.
And that's the big thing, right? In rhythm.
In rhythm and being balanced.
Great D by the Sky there. Kick out to Whitcomb. She can't hit that wing free. And Hebert controls, gets it to DeShields. Liberty with 17 turnovers tonight, leading to 17 Chicago Sky points.
Diamond does it.
And remember, the Liberty had 30 turnovers against LA on Sunday. And a block called there on DeShields. That led to 37 points for the Sparks.
Diamond comes off the screen, spin. Thought you were going to go up with the left, but she went up with the right with a nice finish.
And she's coming off the floor limping right now, but that was a tremendous move. In mid-air, she kind of switched and saw Shook's hand up and adjusted her shot.
I feel like we should have did more of Albert because he's retiring. A spectacular play.
A spectacular play
by Diamond DeShields.
There you go. He is retiring. It's going to be sad to see Marv go. What a tremendous career he's had. One of my inspirations, actually, in this business.
Still in half. He's probably called some of the most iconic games that we've had.
100%. 100%. But our own Iron Eagle and Mike Breen and Ryan Rucco, the game's in good shape.
Oh, for sure.
Moving forward. Five seconds to shoot here for the Sky as Copper from the top of the key. Good ball movement there by the Sky. They get the open look, but don't knock it down. Whitcomb, quick trigger, no good. Fighting for the rebound, the rookie Onyenwede out to Allen for 3. No good again. And this time Copper tracks it down.
Mike Breen. Bang! I was waiting for him to make it so I could say it.
Nice movement without the ball by Copper, and it leads to a timeout for Walt Hopkins. And he is not happy with his team right now. They played better defense in the third quarter. But so far in this fourth quarter, the Chicago Sky lengthening that lead once again. Stars are out here tonight at Barclays Center. DK Metcalf, Russell Wilson, Ciara, they're all here. Joe Tsai, the Liberty governor, getting the star power to Barclays Center here tonight.
He's leveling up.
As Courtney Vandersloot is in some pain here, slow to get up. And she's going to walk it off. This is her 11th season in the league, Ashley. She's played 10 years. Oh, she took a hit. Yeah. She's played, this is her 11th year, 10 previous seasons in the league. She has taken 10 months off. We'll talk about more about that when we come back here as they tend to Courtney Vandersloot on the bench. We're back here at Barclays Center. Stephanie Dolson just missed a jump shot. Courtney Vandersloot still in the game, so that timeout helped her shake it off. And as we mentioned before the break, Rebecca Allen misses the mid-range, Jay. 10 years in the league. This is her 11th. But she has missed a total of 10 months' time. And it hasn't been a month straight. As Allie Quigley knocks down the corner three with the assist from Vandersloot.
Very adorable.
It's amazing, though, when you think about it. And we talked about this on Tuesday. Not enough is said about how much these women play, how much they love the game, and how it doesn't stop when the W stops.
No, it's an all-year-round thing. And, you know, if you want to make some pretty good money, you got to go overseas to do it. Not everyone is fortunate enough to have a job that they can stay in the States and not have to go overseas.
But I saw that. It raised my eyebrow. 10 years, 10 months off. Because she said, I'm not going to be able to play basketball for the rest of my life, so I'm going to play as much as I can while I can.
Well, you know what that tells me as well? That she's taking really good care of her body. And she invests in eating well. She invests in working out. And it shows because she looks super fit on the court, and she never gets tired. And as you can see, she's extremely durable.
Nothing but respect for Vandersloot and Candace Parker, who knocks down the three there to go into double digits. So she has her third double-double of the season. Dee Richards misses the layup there, as this is a 27-point advantage for the Sky. Quigley in the corner again. No good this time, and the rebound to Whitcomb. Laney kick out to Jones. Nothing there. Liberty scored a season-low 27 points in the first half. They matched the season low with 14 points in the first quarter, and they were outscored 37-13 in the second quarter. And that's why you're seeing the deficit on the screen that you're seeing right now. Nice work there by Onion Wade, cleaning up that miss from Laney. And a timeout for James Wade. But we saw the same kind of thing on Tuesday night that we're seeing here tonight, Ashley.
For sure. Nice pass. Candace wide open in the corner. If there's one thing that we've learned is that you can't leave Candace open for a wide open three. She's going to knock it down.
All right. Now it's time to pay off some trivia. So we're going to put you to the test here.
Let's go.
As we look at Candace Parker's numbers, 12 points, 4 of 7 from the field. But we asked earlier, Ashley Battle was drafted 25th overall by the Storm in 2005. Who was drafted first overall that year?
I'm going to give it to you. It was one of my teammates here at the Liberty, Janelle McCarville.
Oh, look at you. You're 1 for 1.
Let's go.
You're 1 for 1. I'll
even tell you the Liberty's first pick.
Tell me.
Was Lori Moore.
Lori Moore was. See, Josh, she's given us bonus answers. See, now the truck always tries to trip us up here and have a little fun with us. Usually I'll get a clue before the game. Josh Isaac, Samantha Hickey, John Purcell, Cameron White, you know, they were kind of hush-hush tonight.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
Look at this.
Old school. Caption that, ballers.
Now, why 22? Why did you wear 22? Any significance to that?
Well, I was 44 in high school, and it was half of 44.
Why 44 in high school? I'll go there then.
Well, because they didn't have 45.
Okay,
Michael Jordan was 45.
Right.
And I changed it from 23 because Michael Jordan was 23. You know, huge MJ fan.
Jazz Jones hits the three and then reaches to the heavens, saying finally, as the Liberty are now 3 for 24. Wow, the DJ is on point when the Liberty make a shot.
I know, we just haven't made that many, so we can hear more music.
I know. In the future.
In the future. Come on, Liberty, we need you guys to make some baskets.
We're both music fans. 3 seconds. Wow. I don't think they call that anymore. 3 seconds on Azare Stevens.
Who would have thought? I mean, that
It'll
one
be
was kind of
Liberty ball.
obvious.
Yeah, well, sometimes, you know, players are pitching tense
All right?
in the paint.
She had the ball, so everybody's eyes were
You
on
know,
her.
they got the campfire. They're warming their hands up in there. And
It's so true. We didn't teach her that at UConn, though.
yeah, I didn't hear that UConn
Because we didn't
chant.
teach her that. She learned that in the league.
Benijah Laney with the strong take to the goal. She's 7 of 13 from the field, 14 points for Laney. 3 New York Liberty players with 14. Onyenwere, Whitcomb, and Laney. 4 to shoot. To Shields with the bunny, and she gets it to go. Under 2 minutes to play here at Barclays Center, as the Liberty are going to drop their season series to the Chicago Sky. What an athletic play there by DeShields.
Up 22, and she's still diving
Yes.
on the ground.
Just an unbelievable defensive play there.
Those are plays that lead to championships.
Fans, the Seafoam Green are back on Yes this Saturday night. Don't miss Benijah Laney and the Liberty as they head south to the ATL to battle the Dream. Coverage starts at 7 o'clock on Yes and streaming on the Yes app. And there's NBA basketball going on in the ATL as well. Right now it's in Milwaukee, but it'll be in the ATL shortly.
It's going to be lit.
It
in
is.
Atlanta.
Lit cubed.
Facts.
Hashtag facts. As Dana Evans will head to the free throw line, the rookie out of Louisville.
Louisville.
Not the only Louisville basketball player here in the building tonight. Jazz Jones, of course, and Kylie Shook, drafted in the 2020 draft. Dana Evans taken in this one. It's hashtag Seafoam season. Rep the New York Liberty with all new gear for the 2021 season, from jerseys to hoodies, hats, and more. New York Liberty Team Store has you covered. Visit nyliberty.com to shop. I gotta tell you, I just picked up a Liberty winter hat.
Tell them why.
And it is fantastic. I will tell them why. Because in our position, we are sitting right under the air conditioning at Barclays Center. And my bald head is a barometer. As Michaela Onyenwere will head to the free throw line as well. But if the head is cold, the rest of me is cold. If the head is warm, the rest of me is warm. So it's bald people problems.
You know, I'm not one to talk because I'm literally in here in full sweats right now. Don't put us.
They actually said don't put us on camera.
It's so cold in here.
It's getting cold in here, so put on some more clothes. See, we're ad-libbing.
I mean, that's like my favorite thing to do.
I hear you during the breaks when they start playing some old school. I hear you singing it.
Yeah, I'd be jamming. They muted me in the mic in the truck because they didn't want to hear me singing.
They do that to me too. Under a minute to play here now, as Onyenwere trying to add to her point total. She has 16 to lead the way, so the most points for Michaela since she dropped 29, a season/career high for the rookie against Atlanta in that OT loss, where Courtney Williams absolutely shot the lights out here at Barclays Center. 5 to shoot here for the Sky. Evans drive off glass, and the bank is open. Deposits only for Dana Evans.
Her teammates are really happy that she scored.
Hey, when you see all the star power, the celebrities here, you want to show out.
You do.
DK Metcalf, Russell Wilson, Ciara, they're staying here for the whole game. And I on a personal level, I need DK Metcalf's ab workout.
Right?
For real, though.
He's so fast.
As Dana Evans is just going to dribble this one out for Chicago, and they will win the season series with the New York Liberty taking it 2-1 as James Wade and Walt Hopkins meet and shake hands. Former assistants together under Cheryl Reeve with the Minnesota Lynx. But a tough 2-game stretch here for the Liberty against the Chicago Sky, and it was just the three-point line yet again, Ashley, that did them in.
They struggled mightily from beyond the arc. But again, if your three ball's not falling, what are you going to do to compensate? What are you going to do to create offense? And the Liberty struggled tonight.
Well, they're on their way to Atlanta. They leave tomorrow afternoon. They will take on the Dream on Saturday. That's going to wrap it up for us here from Barclays Center. Once again, the final score, Chicago 91, the Liberty 68. Join us again Saturday.